You know, Kale, there's a couple things that stand out. How we covered Pete Rose, the '89 World Series with Bob Lee and Chris Berman, O.J. Simpson, Michael Jordan with those championships. He came on SportsCenter every time they won a championship. He would start the NBA Finals and he would say, "I'll come on when we win the championship. Not if, but when." And he lived up to his word every single time.
And there was the one year when he wasn't talking to the media at all, in '93 in the finals, and you were at a practice, and this was the lead story. This was a clip in which he stepped onto the court and said, "Hi, Dan." And you said, "Hi, Mike."
Hi, Mike.
And we played this clip 700 times that night because of course, he was
exclusive.
He wasn't going to talk to anybody, but he was going to say hi to you and make sure he was on the record saying hi to you. The Mantle thing was important as well in terms of sort of establishing when we would go full length on one story. And
That's
I think
the first time I remember that, though, because we fought with our producer and we said, no, this is an entire segment.
Yeah.
And I remember how passionate you were, and I understood how important it was to you. So I championed your cause because I could tell the emotion, even listening to it there was something more there than I could give, and that's why you did the eulogy on Mickey. Yeah,
well, there was a window there where all the people who were sort of in the middle, the mean point of our audience, and everybody we were working with, he was this larger than life and much greater than his record suggested figure, and it represented a generation of sports coming to an end. So that's why I was pushing for it that night.
And also, we had a boss, John Walsh, who emphasized being able to be a good writer and also following the story. And the reporters that they hired here, that was really important because instead of just being highlights, we gave you substance, and I think that was really important from management.
And the acid test remains, can you do one and then switch to the other as circumstances require? And can you go from something serious like talking about this history of journalism at ESPN to showing you something that you've never seen before, I suspect. Dan and I worked together a decade before we started hosting SportsCenter. You succeeded me as the sports bureau reporter for New York CNN in 1984 when I left to go to work for Channel 5 in Boston. A couple of months after that, we were both covering Game 7 of the NBA Finals at the Garden, and I was supposed to do a feature for the 6 o'clock news about reporters, and guess who was there for CNN?
There were lots of us from Boston. There were lots of us from L.A. There were lots of us from lots of places. What is your name, sir?
Dan Patrick.
Who do you work for?
Cable News Network.
What's that? That's an inside joke.
What the heck is wrong with my eyebrows there?
Yeah, I was just going to say, there's like 2 eyebrows between the two of us.
I had a unibrow. What is going on with that? No wonder I didn't get any dates.
Well, all right. Well, you turned out okay for you.
Yeah, I did.
Now, but look at me.
Go back to Keith.
Well, this is sort of a running version.
Let me see.
No, it's pretty much the same other than the mustache and like 50 pounds.
But I like how Keith says, why didn't we tell each other we looked bad?
Exactly. Yes, you've seen these things on the walls sometimes, these photographs of us. I just like to point out the ties were free. That's why.
And they look like it.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.